Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ian from MaddenSchool.com, and in today's video, we're going to be going over a way to get a receiver wide open deep against cover 4 quarters in Madden 22. So this can be done from a variety of different formations, and we'll go over that a little bit later in the video. But I first want to just go over this first play from the gun empty Y slot formation. The play is called Smash. I like this play just because there's no setup required whatsoever. And if you're going against a default cover 4 quarters defense with the matching logic still in place, will absolutely destroy it. So let me show it to you here. Now, one thing to be aware of is if your opponent is setting his zone drops to different depths, that's going to cancel the matching logic, so this isn't going to work the same. But a lot of people like the matching logic in cover 4 quarters. It can give a different look. And so if you find someone just running a standard cover 4 quarters defense, this is going to get them out of it really, really fast. So again, no setup required, no side of the field you have to be on. One thing that does help is having this running back here in the slot be as fast as possible. So sub in your fastest guy there. And then what you're going to notice, I was trying to buy time to hopefully let the safety just run to the sideline. You're going to notice those safeties just run way too far to the sideline. So hopefully we can buy some time here. Just kind of roll around. You see those safeties, I have no idea where they're going. I'll show you in the replay. There's two guys usually following both corner routes that I believe it's Beasley and Knox are running. Let me show you the replay here. Those corner routes really draw the deep safety's attention. So you can see we have two guys over here. Same thing on the other side. What you notice is there's no one within, I don't even know how many yards, probably 20, 30 yards of our guy. And then we can just walk into the end zone. So most people are going to assume with a cover 4 quarters, they don't really have to worry about deep too much. So they're going to be using pretty shallow. So most people just let this running back run right by them, even if they are using like the middle linebacker. They're going to assume that there's some safety help because that's what it looks like there is. But again, there's just not at all. So you can throw it relatively quickly if you want. Like you can throw it here. That way you don't have to worry about the sack. And then walk into the end zone. Another thing I want to go over with this play in the gun empty Y slot formation, again, the play is called Smash, is that this also works great against cover 2 and cover 2 man as well. So let me just call the play here, gun empty Y slot, Smash. We'll do a cover 2 man first. Now this one you do have to buy a little bit more time, so maybe we'll kind of roll out a little bit this way, buy a little bit of time. That time we didn't buy the time, but you can see if we buy the time, that a receiver, or which is actually your third down running back, is going to get wide open because, again, those corner routes really take the safeties way too far out to the sideline. Most times this running back is going to be matched up with a linebacker or maybe a safety subbed in at linebacker. And if you have a speed mismatch at all there, you're going to get open because that route the running back's running is one of those really kind of unique streak routes or kind of fade routes. I don't even really know what type of route that is. But it's a really unique one that's really hard to cover with man-to-man coverage. So you just wait. The safeties go way too far to the sideline, kind of lead pass a little bit to the inside, and you can kind of walk into the end zone. So let me show you the same thing against cover 2 zone, although you guys can probably figure out it's going to work exactly the same, just even more effective. So we'll do like cover 2 sink, just because cover 2 sink is a little bit better than Tampa 2. Again, the great part about all this is that there's no setup whatsoever required. You just snap the ball and you go. So that doesn't give the defense much time to react. Now, even with the cover 4 quarters or cover 2 man or the cover 2 sink, you can put these outside receivers on whatever you'd kind of like. So you can put them on drags or, you kind of have some options with those outside receivers. They're not really going to impact the play too much. Just keep them out of don't put them on like a post route or something. Keep them out of that area the running back's running to. But other than that, you do have some leeway. Now, I also want to go over the cover 4 quarters beater from some different formations. Like, you don't have to do this from this empty Y slot. Let me show you. You can do it from different formations. We'll do it from we'll do fade stop. But again, this isn't specific to this formation either. All you're going to do is make sure that these two guys are on some sort of deep route to the sideline. So like maybe a corner route or a deep out route. We can put this guy on a smart route. And then you want to put the running back on a streak route. And then you want to get these two guys kind of out of the way. So maybe this guy in a deep out route, maybe this guy in like a drag route or something. And then by a little bit of time, what's going to happen is this running back's going to get wide open deep. You can see the running back's just silly open there. Now, if you want it to be even more open, you can put both guys on the right side as well as the left side on deep like out routes or deep corner routes. Let me go ahead and do that. So let me show you here just all out routes, deep out routes, and the running back on a streak route. You do need to buy a little bit more time here because the running back's coming from further back in the backfield. But you can see here, he's just going to absolutely destroy his guy. Again, don't worry about the pass being inaccurate. That's just practice mode being practice mode. So this running back's going to get open even more than kind of a usual man-to-man coverage. So 54, the middle linebacker here on the Patriots, in a normal man-to-man coverage, he'd already be shooting out there to cover the running back. But in a cover 4 quarters type situation, he's kind of figuring out what to do. And then by the time he realizes it, he's already 2 or 3 steps behind that running back. And that gap's just going to get wider as our running back streaks down the field. So now he's like 6 or 7 yards, 7 or 8 at this point. If it was a good pass, we could just walk into the end zone. So basically what you want to do, you want to have 2 out-breaking deep routes on the side of the running back. And on the other side, you want at least 1, maybe 2 out-breaking deep routes. Those can be deep out routes. Those can be corner routes. Those can be fade stops. They can be comeback routes. I'll show you with comeback routes. And then you need to buy a little bit of time with this, and then you can just hit your running back deep. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's free Madden School tip. Until next time, take care.